Yellow birds fly the banana tree. Yellow birds sit by the road like me. Be friendly, yes again. Very sadly, be so bad. You can fly away in this night. More lovely than me. Wish I was a yellow bird. I'd fly away with you. But I'm not a yellow bird. Here I sit next to you. Stick by me, and I stick by you. Stick by me, and I stick by you.
Okay, we're rehearsing with Evergreen Productions. On the right, you have Patrick Arnold Battersfield, who is the leader of the group, and Baba Mosley in the center, Oscar Joe Henry to my left. Can you tell me a little bit about your upcoming performances?
Well,
What's your next performance?
Well, on October 2nd, we should be going to New York. My mother is celebrating her 90th birthday, and you know, my sisters and other relatives are having some kind of shindig there. And we're going to try to, I mean, she's well aware of the Evergreen Productions. She's seen our performances, and she's a supporting member, so to speak. So we're going to go there and try to give her some old-time things, you know, the folk songs and stuff like that. And we hope the rest of the folks in New York will see what folks, they get some of that there. We know there are some groups that do kwekwe and other things there, but we'll go and show them the way to do it, the Evergreen way.
Okay, you have kind of a...
We call it shindig or something.
A shindig.
Shindig? Wow. Got me scared over.
Okay, you have quite an extensive repertoire. You do drumming, you do poetry, you do music, and dramatic performances. Can you tell me a little bit more about the dramatic performances that you've done, the plays that you've done, how they represent the Caribbean community, and specifically Joe's role in these performances?
The first play that we did was in 1982, and it was called Demse. And that play basically was politically motivated, that depicted basically some of the problems that we were undergoing that time in Guyana, in terms of under the regime of the great honorable leader Forbes Barnum. Okay. So we tried to put it in we had a serious tone to it, but also it was humorous based on the characters, how we depicted it. And Joe was the lead in that performance. Oscar Henry, Brother Joe as we call him, and he basically set the tone for that performance himself, and there was a young actor at that time. We had Mr. Walter Barrow, and there was a young lady by the name of Chandra Adams, who was a young American. She was the English-speaking individual trying to do a colloquial expression. So it had a twist to it. Then we had the lead lady was Norma Adams. You know, there were some other characters like Denise Hines, yeah, Diane Hines. You know, it was well depicted. The second play we had some smaller performances, but I'm just giving you the plays in particular. We had another play called Mati Tel Mati, which was basically based on an African perspective, depicting the slaves on the plantation and how they worked together to attain freedom. But there was a kind of a spiritual connotation to that, as we may say. Getting the forces, depicting some kind of voodoo experience.
A correction. Phobia.
Well, Obia, yes. The brother, the correction is well in place. Obia, as we call it in Guyana. And Brother Joe was the lead character there, as usual.
You be a man?
Well, he was the
Lead character. Oh, be a man.
I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff. Too.
I was never do that.
I heard you knew how to do this stuff well. Right? Some people were scared in the audience. Okay.
Now that performance, we were able to take it also to Ringwood, New Jersey.
Ringwood, New Jersey.
Yeah, we had to take the props there and you know, everything. We moved the entire cast, and we
It was a resort.
yeah, a resort area.
Yeah, we went there and nothing hard to drink. The first time we were exposed to that environment. What we had to do, man? What they had? What they served?
Vegetarian diet.
Yeah, the first time we were exposed to a vegetarian diet. I thought my salad was grass. Grass with salad dressing. Ringwood, New Jersey.
Yeah.
They put the props on the top of the car. Those days they had no SUV or these, what they call these trucks these days. Silverado. Those Silverado, yeah.
I remember there's another thing when we did, was that for the Guyana Embassy production? We had Donna piece there at the PG Community College, the George
Oh yes.
College.
Oh yes.
What was that? That was just a comedic thing that you did there.
We did some folk song also.
Huh?
We did a skit, myself and Rubina did a skit, and then we did the folk songs after them. Yeah. That went over very well.
Well, I ask about that because, being a new member, I was, at the time, so that was the only thing I can remember about any dramatic performance we did. So you did a lot of other things too, I guess. There's some of those things that you did at some other places.
We did Amico's story, as Brother Joe expressed that in detail. And then we did, we were in concert with a group called Dance Explosion, where we dramatized some of the poetry, poetry expression, and we dramatized that through dance and voiceover, that was well received. We did that. We were able to do that twice. We call that Black Sage. That was a performance in honoring Freddie Reynolds and Tom Charles.
Yes.
We
featuring Monica Carter.
yeah, she was with Dance Explosion.
Yes, Dance Explosion.
And she normally got good reviews because most of the men we have this tendency to gravitate to legs, So
Why not?
So and the reason why I'm mentioning that the audience is normally, it was well compact because she was with a group called I can't recall the group, but she was on television. So a lot of folks came by to see this sister performing with Evergreen Productions.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of new link also, in the sense that how the poetry was done and how it was expressed, choreographed through dance steps. We had all the players I don't have it at my fingertips, so I don't want to. The group was Dance Explosion, and Dennis Hyannis basically coordinated that aspect of it, and I coordinated the aspect with Evergreen Productions. And Monica was very instrumental also, very talented sister.
Okay.
And then we went to Canada. We made some trips to Canada, to New York. Those days, as Brother Joe said, we were in great demand. There was no performance in DC and Maryland that we weren't invited. And it had reached a point where that the brothers decided that, and the sisters, that we should get some kind of remuneration, for what we do.
Okay.
Okay.
Since the gas, transportation.
But Brother Joe, basically, he was very instrumental. He was one of the original members of Evergreen Production. When the idea came up, we had Bernadette Hermanstein, who was also one of the original members, and Bobby Adams, as Brother Joe indicated. You had Flash Lashley, Hollis Flash Lashley, who was very instrumental in Dempsey also. And it's good that if all they had a young lady by the name of Omlak, Laila Omlak.
Yes.
And
it's history, boy.
yeah, Jennings Gibbs also was very active in that. Peace be unto her.
Yeah.
And those days we used to go around to all the libraries in DC.
Yes.
And the churches, in particular Reverend Wilson's church, which have a Afrocentric base. We did a couple things at Fontroy Church also, Reverend Fontroy. And then the good brother here, Baba Mosey, Maurice Payne, we did some performances at the Arwak bookstore. And then we also did some...
That was the time we used to, every Saturday, we used to be down there in Hyannisville. At a performance on the sidewalk. We just set the chairs out and do our thing.
Well, that is on Hamilton Street.
Hamilton Street, yeah. And Brother Abdullah came from New York, Flash, Ashley, Jenny Gibbs. It was nice. Especially during February, Black History Month. So, Baba Mosey told me one, he said, man, I'm tired listening to you guys, I'll have to go into my repertoire. Get out some of these poems and start reading. And then when he became an active member, we saw him one day with his drum. He no longer was listening to the boys, but coordinating. And he keep an eye on me, because sometimes I get carried away. Brother Mo would say, watch it, brother, watch it. So you like that? People that encourage you, we just encourage each other, we feed off each other. Say, look at it down the back, And that kept us at this group for 20 long years.
I think it was more than that.
Yeah, 20 is alright, nice figure.
Okay, I'm gonna...